Comment va le petit chien? Ça va ou quoi? T'es vif, hein? Dans 1 minute, ça va commencer. Les cracks vont commencer. En plus, optique, Shotzi, là ça va faire mal, hein. Ça va faire mal, hein. Non, 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 non. Voilà le dog. De toute façon, il est pas fort là en vrai. Ah bah ouais.
Two there. I'm telling myself right now. One me, on me. One time. They're dead. One more behind me. Time. That's that time. You said nice.
Yeah, we'll run him. I told you we'll run him, bro.
After bombing out in Madrid, Vancouver bring in Neptune and another challenger star showcasing their skills as Vancouver has now upset FaZe, ending their 12-match win streak out.
It's actually unreal. They somehow not only got better at search and destroy, but their respawn looked so good as well yesterday.
Nameless, I was expecting some swift games yesterday. We ended up seeing a good fight at the end of the night. How big of a day is today?
I mean, today's a massive day. I mean, you look at it, we got teams coming off of their best placing ever in the Miami Heretics, going to be playing with a substitute, but looking to get a hot start. And I can't personally wait to see Minnesota. Went to that game 5. You know they're one of my favorite teams to watch.
Let's dive in with Miami because we know they're playing with this sub. What people might not know is that Super has had some experience with one of these players. He played alongside Rancor last year in Miami. If you caught them in Madrid, this team was rolling. Ali, what are your expectations for a team with a fill-in, though?
Honestly, my expectations are still pretty high, simply because obviously I hope Metals feels better, but he's one of those players that had a little bit of a rockier qualifier. We head into Madrid, where he finds his footing, and they find a lot of success. So Super, although having some shoes to fill, he's been around the Challengers Gauntlet for a few years right now, so I'm expecting to still see a very well put together Miami Heretics.
Yeah, they got some big-time wins at the major. You think back to the Carolina match or versus Minnesota, you know, round 11 when it counted most. And, you know, this is a team that we're looking to see how high can they climb.
Yeah.
Because you look at their game, I was like, hardpoint's been solid. Search and destroy had huge improvements at the end of the qualifier going into the major. And now it's just the control that they're going to be massively focused on. If they can clean that up, then we could possibly see them on multiple Sundays throughout the year. So Miami Heretics, that's the clear-cut focus going forward.
Miami Heretics barely squeaking into your top 8. That earned them winner's bracket. And after the upset over Optic in the opening round, ran all the way to your top 3 in Spain. Can Miami do it again, though? Let's take a look at the road to Major 2, because I want to know, will they have a winning record at the end of these 7 matches? Rosalie?
I I mean, you have to hope so, but it is a very, very tough strength of schedule. And it's going to start with this rematch against Minnesota once again that they are coming off the hot win of. And following by that Gorillas meet, those two are going to be must-wins for Miami as you look forward to this schedule.
Not the hardest schedule, honestly. I mean, I see some tests in there if Surge continues to play the way that they are, but when you look at the Optic match, they're very comfortable up against Optic Texas. So if you're Miami, feel good about it.
It all starts today against the Rocker, a team that you beat at Major 1, but it took you all the way to around 11. How does this squad match up with Miami? What have you seen from Minnesota that makes you take this team time and time again in the predictions?
Just grit. I mean, we're all on that stage. We're thinking the game's going to be over, right? Getting ready to come back to the desk. They rally back all the way to around 11 in that game 5. Like, this team, I feel like in the respawns, like Hardpoint, it's been getting away from them a little bit. Still solid there when you need them most. Think back to that series in the game 4. They get a huge dub to extend it. And then you talk about search and destroy. Like, this is a team that's going to be able to contend in that game. Oh, they have the right players. And a big reason is this man right here. Gio has been absolutely insane throughout this year.
And not only that, Gio loves this matchup. He had a 1.29, the highest leading of the lobby when he went up against Miami Heretics at the Major. And so him specifically, definitely looking for some revenge.
Minnesota sticking with their same roster. They think they have a winning recipe. Optic, on the other hand, after failing in Madrid, have made a move. If you missed it yesterday, Pred is back in. Hook is not on a bench. He's been released by the team. So let's talk about the starting 4, because I expected them to have trouble. With Pred making his return to the CDL, he has to play Atlanta FaZe. But FaZe just showed they were human in the loss last night.
Yeah, I mean, but that FaZe coming off a loss is a totally different beast, Chris. It's tough, man. And you know, these guys, they have a storied history. They played each other a lot over the last couple of years. Relatively even record, I think 13-12. But yeah, I mean, adding Pred back, obviously you want to get that World Championship roster and that swagger back on your side. But this has always been a team that's been up and down. I mean, you mentioned it earlier, like they place 12th and then they win champs, right? So when they catch fire, they can be very good.
What are your expectations from Pred today in particular, Ali? Because the subs have been quote-unquote nerfed here for Major 2.
Extremely high. I don't know if he himself knew how soon he was going to be back in, so you can only hope that he was still putting the amount of time into the game, because Optic Texas, pre this change, were looking like one of the best teams in the game. They still look extremely strong heading into the Major, and that's an extremely lackluster performance. So clearly this is the roster they find is going to find the most success going forward, and there's no better test than to go up against your rival in Atlanta FaZe.
Optic leads the overall matchup 12-11 in the CDL era. You can see there was some dominance there in MW3, but as of recently, it's gotten closer. Will FaZe tie up that score? We will have to wait and see. That's your third match of the day. Should we be worried about Atlanta? Nameless, you just told me no. They play even better after a loss.
Yeah, I feel like coming off a loss, they're just going to be a lot better. Right now, seemingly like relying on their search and destroy a little bit. When you look at that grand final, it's really the S&D that got it done for them. The hard point has been getting away from them a little bit, Chris. I mean, 5-5 in your last 10, that's versus very good competition as they made a long run at the LAN. But, you know, when this team is dominating and steamrolling, it is when they are winning their search and destroys. So for them versus Optic, that's how they're going to try to get done.
Ali, how did Vancouver win yesterday?
Vancouver just had a really good game plan yesterday, and also it tends to happen when Atlanta FaZe comes off of big wins at Majors. Their first match back, they come out a little bit flat, and I feel like we saw that when it came to that search and destroy, especially, and I think they also weren't prepared for what Neptune was about to bring to the league. So I want to give that win more to Surge than I give the loss to FaZe, but again, unacceptable when you're coming off that first win.
You're looking at the schedule. This should be easy breezy. Optic is your toughest test. Heretics tomorrow, and then of course you look down the line. These are all teams at the bottom. Breach not looking their best either.
Yeah, I mean, a pretty comfortable schedule for Atlanta FaZe. I think we all expect them to be in winner's bracket regardless.
Yeah.
I mean, think about how they started the last stage, right? If they didn't end up in loser's bracket there, they ain't ended up in loser's bracket here.
Pred fans are already in the chat, and we are excited to see Optic in action today. If you want to see them in person, though, you're going to want to join us in Allen, Texas. That will be the host of Major 2. And if you're a FaZe fan, here's a little trivia. Atlanta has won Major 2 for back-to-back years. Will they make it a three-peat in Optic territory? They couldn't get it done last year. Maybe they
Une dinguerie le monde qu'il y a.
Tickets are on sale. Pick them up right now. Optic.link/Major2.
And it's always a good event. You know, we won't judge you as much if you're outside, and this is one of the best crowds that we always have when we stay in the States. It's when we go to Texas. So make sure you get your tickets on sale now, because they do tend to sell out.
That crowd buff's real, bro.
Right? I want more turkeys in the audience, though. I can't just costumes and get ready to lock in because we got 4 matches coming your way today on the CDL. The big one, 6 o'clock, Atlanta FaZe versus Optic Texas. But it starts with Gorilla Mates taking on Boston Breach when we come back.
Upgrade your game with the Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League.
The Esports World Cup is an official partner of the Call of Duty League.
The Gentlemaids had one of the biggest fan bases we have seen at a CDL event, and they were loud out in Madrid today. They will be watching Kataga and friends live streaming another matchup against Boston Breach. Do they get a dub today? How good is LAG right now?
Dude, I mean, they went to a game 5 at the major. It was super exciting in that stadium. The green suits were going nuts, and they lost it. Listen, they're 0-4 in game 5s in the year, guys. It's been a sad season.
Yikes.
And it's search and destroy. Like, they're so bad at that game mode. When you look at this roster on paper, you're like, what is going on? They should be one of the best search teams in the game. And I'll tell you what it is, man. Just no cohesion. Kismet missing Hydra. I've said it since the first time. Him and Linz have to be on the same page for them to be winning these searches.
Kismet and crew, though, are going to be feeling the love, and we have seen it in the past. What is it about the Gentlemaids? Despite a struggling start, this fan base is fully behind the squad.
Well, of course, the fan base is fully behind this squad. I mean, we saw it all throughout the baby, of course.
Vas-y, ça veut pas commencer, hein.
When they also have Linz, another Frenchman on the roster as well, and 3 world champions. The expectations have just been so high for this team, and like Ant said, we almost got it at the major, all the way to a game 5. The search and destroy has just been killing them. They even lost around 11 versus Optic Texas at map number 2. So for LA Gorillas mates, their biggest focus right now throughout the entirety of this stage.
Non, non, je vais aller me chercher à manger les refs, hein.
Not even a slang problem.
Tranquillou, hein.
Above 0.9s, and they're 12 in all the other categories. It's just they're not giving themselves these advantageous positions to finish out some of these rounds.
They got to see one go through the hoop. I'm telling y'all right now, like, they lose the series, it could be blow it up time. So for them, this is a huge win.
You need some dubs. They had Optic Texas dropping down to them at the major, the worst possible seed to fall to them in the event. Let's talk about their opposition, though, on the other side of this matchup. I said Boston was struggling. Cammy was struggling on land. Yeah. Cammy online yesterday was back in full force, though.
That's a crazy accusation that you might have just made there, Chris. But from the side of Boston Breach, it's been kind of like a slow fall for them, almost specifically when it comes to the fact that their control has been abysmal all season long, but their S&D was keeping them in some of these series and allowing them to close them out in Game 5 fashion. But as we've moved forward, they've gone from like a number 6 middle of the pack S&D team as it's dropped all the way down to bottom 4 in the league. So for Boston Breach, same kind of story. S&D is going to be their biggest focus and control because they just lost control to Falcons yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, Boston Online is a phenomenal team, right? I'll be honest, they're just different teams when we got to land. Like, no decision. Like, their decisions are so slow, not able to play aggressive they need to. They're just going to have to translate their online play to land. Online, I have no worries. You know, 50-50 S&D team, the Hardpoint, one of the better Hardpoint teams in the world. Top 4 HP team statistically.
What are you yelling more in the green room tonight? Purge or Gigawake?
Honestly, Snoopy, man. Like, he was running around free, going crazy in the search and destroy yesterday. I want to see it once again.
Let's take a look at our maps and modes for this best of 5. Boston needs the points. Will they be able to get them with these maps in the field? We got Hacienda, Vault, Red Card, and Vault once again. Yeah, I mean, looking at this, like, for Boston, they're come from pretty much every hardpoint map. You know, on Hacienda, they've been great there. It's really just the S&Ds on the side of LAG. How much work have they put in, right? The primary focus for them is that game mode.
I look at this spread out, and I'm thinking mates want to do this in 3. They don't want to make it to that 4 and 5, and they set themselves up for success with that vault control. So I don't hate this for the side of LA.
So if Boston wins here, they have the same amount of points as they had the entirety of last year. If you're LAG, you get 10 points for the win, and that only brings you to 30.
Yeah, it's bad.
Make it to champs.
I mean, there's definitely a chance. They're looking bad, but I mean, they know what they're capable of, so they just got to showcase it when it's go time.
All right, I'm done buying the players some time. So, Allie, let's jump in here with our Scuff Pick'ems and talk to me why you think Boston Breach is going to beat Kismet today.
I don't think that at all, actually. I think on the flip side, I really liked what I saw from the major of LA Gorilla Mates. I think this is where they make a big turnaround during Major 2 qualifiers, and I'm going to go with LA.
She's going LAG. All right, what about you, Nameless?
Yeah, I'm going Boston. We interviewed Gigawake yesterday, and he said, dude, like, we're about to fry. So I got Giga.
He did not say that.
He did say that. Well, we spoke telepathically.
Yeah, he and Giga, so many words came out of him yesterday that I can't believe him. I'm going LAG today. The fans are going Boston. And we now send it over to a man who is not old. He's just well seasoned, like a fine expired milk.
How old is he turning?
Happy 40th birthday to Maven!
Bro, I don't know. I don't know what to say. Like, everyone keeps asking me, like, is it like cool you're turning 40? Do you feel 40? I don't know. Like, I'm just not a big birthday person. I don't really care. I don't feel 40. I feel like 18 still because I'm a freak.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird. It's like weird turning 40 if you don't feel 40. Like, I think it's weird. Like, 40's old as shit. I don't feel that old.
I'm 31. We got you. Well, this is from your mom. She sent it to my house.
It's from my. I thought you got me a gift. This is from my mother.
Yeah, I mean, I got you like.
My mother's an insane person. Well, that's thoughtful.
Yeah, I figured that
Okay.
age.
C'est vraiment des ouf.
Joe.
I don't know.
This is from my mother.
Yeah. What is it?
What is this?
I think it's a cane.
Is this a walking cane?
Yeah, I think it's a walking cane.
Well, that's messed up, Mom. Can I use it while I'm here?
I think so. I think it's to start practicing.
She got me a cane.
Mm-hmm.
What is this thing?
Yeah, maybe I should have put it together.
Is this a cane for Symphony?
But honestly, I didn't really know what it was. Yeah, I don't think that's how it's supposed to
No,
work.
I don't think so either, Joe. Well,
No.
thanks, Mom. If you knew my mother, she's a wild woman. She actually got rear-ended yesterday.
Oh, well.
Yeah, I know. Her Prius is in trouble. She's doing all right, though. A little neck pain, but she's okay.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's good.
yeah. Hope you're doing well, Mom. You're probably not watching this. My mom asked me the other day, Joe, I swear to God. She texted me, so what exactly is casting? I was like, what?
Yeah.
I've been doing this 10 years.
I met her and I believe it.
Yeah, she's wild.
She's
No,
like a
Allie,
huge,
we got to keep that in here. Do you mind turning on the AC? Because it's my birthday. I'm going to get sweaty, you know?
She's like a huge fan of Chance, right?
I appreciate. Oh yeah, they went back and forth that one time. That was amazing. Is it not working, Allie? That's all right. I'll figure it out. I'm a detective. Let the production team know. We need the air flowing in here. I'm already hot because I'm standing next to Joe DeLuca.
Think about every time you meet someone, you'd say you died to a 40-year-old uninstall.
Oh, I can't wait. I mean, that's what I've been doing. Well, I haven't streamed in a couple months, as you know, but when I'm usually on Warzone, that's what I always say. Like, you just got gunned by an old man. Now I get to really like say it from my chest. It's weird. I don't know. I just don't feel 40, man. But here we go. Into our first match of the day. Gorillas Mate up against Boston Breach. And were you surprised there wasn't a change that happened? Or do you still can't believe in this team?
Both of these teams?
Well, I guess I'm asking probably more about Gorillas Mate considering the struggles that they had and the fact that you go 2-5.
Well, I think maybe you took the land performance right at Game 5 versus Opti, like a better showing. But I think the fact is, it's just sort of like, what are your options, right? Do you want to take that chance? In LAG, I think both of these squads, they just kind of are believing in the process. Maybe just some team changes in the past haven't really worked out.
Oh là là, c'est trop une dinguerie comment il joue.
This definitely didn't work.
Yeah, so.
Still underway.
Yeah, no, the process is still happening, Joe.
Yeah.
If you keep saying to trust it, then it could go on forever, Joe.
Yeah, well, I mean, listen, like Boston had a lot of team changes last year, didn't turn into much. So I think they're just going to stick it out with this roster and see what happens.
I'm dying, though. That cane would have had much more effect if it was actually a cane. I just didn't know how to quickly do it, Joe. Like,
yeah, we'll figure it out during this commercial.
Because I would like to use it on broadcast if we can.
We can.
Instead of the Symphony can. But basically tied up now as we look to the P2. Sky starting out 4-0. Priesta trying to hold the front with Skies. Skies hit the drop, finally going to be traded out. And now the pressure from the front, the break is in. Boston Breach get in, but what, only 20 or so seconds left. Not the end of the world, but the fact that you're spawning where you are makes it difficult for Gorilla's mates to get set up at next. You are really locked in. Setting up well here for Boston Breach.
Yeah, this is going to take a long time for LAG. They're taking some long rounds. Nobody really going through lobby, so Hill's about to spawn. We'll see when they're going to... Well, someone on Boston should get on the objective. There we go. Cammy's got it. Cammy had a great day yesterday. Plus 31 versus Vegas, a 1.3. We'll see if he can match that again.
Yeah, felt like he was struggling a little bit. Some gunfights and some confidence at the major, at least the final day. I'm excited to see him getting it going. As you say, wow, as people are zapping quickly. Girls may be able to get in. There's just one player lurking, waiting in the back is Awakening, and Awakening's going to get dropped. The hot start from Skies continues, and, well, third didn't go exactly how I thought it would at the beginning.
No, that's what I was saying. Wow, I mean, it was just a Ford Edge so quickly. Great break by LAG, but here comes Boston Breach. With another break up there. No one can really get comfortable. No trophies on the hill. Cammy with a nice 2. Hits the wall bang, so back over to Skies POV, but his teammates, they're just going to rotate. So, in a very similar situation here for Boston Breach, where they're going to try to get some early control, and Percy's going to find the first.
Yeah, third, you know, the chaos you can create here, so easy to get up close and personal with the sub. It's Lens trying to do it all, really, just between a rock and a hard place, or just a rock and himself.
Oh no, no.
Lens is able to take out all 3. His reaction in the face cam, so good. He looked to be dead to rights and makes that look easy. Absolutely clinical there from Lens.
Yeah, I mean, he's reacting, making that face, but there was still one more player. There we go, though. Did it make it to 5? And, well, yeah, he hangs onto that hill, gives LAG the lead. This is the die for LAG. They want to step up. They want to be the superstar. We saw that fan base in Madrid, and maybe that's just, that inspired. I would imagine if I was a player and I saw that, like, we have to have a better stage too.
Yeah. I mean, it's one thing, like, you know, they're probably getting a lot of tweets and a big following, obviously, with the French fan base, but it's a different thing when you see it in person and you hear the crowd roaring for you. I hope they did fire it up, because I still do kind of believe this team can be good. Maybe not great, but good. They haven't really showed us that yet, but we'll see if they can get off to a strong start here just in this particular qualifier section. The fact you only won, what, 2? One was against Vegas. Last time you beat us, okay, Cloud9 team. You didn't really have any good wins. This would be your best win on the year.
Yeah, I did. It was a tough major 1 schedule, or stage 1 schedule.
It was. You had, what, like 5 out of your 7. You were tough. You like won the 2 that you maybe should have or could have.
Yeah, you had a couple of game 5s sitting on their way. Absolutely, but yeah. See if they get off to a better start here in stage 2. Has, what, pretty much a tie game back towards this B1. Awakening just going to soak up the time. Snoopy locking down top halls. And while there is Cammy, he's going to find 3. He's up to 11 and 10.
And he was definitely frustrated with his individual play, hoping to dial it in, find himself improving. So far, so good, at least for the series yesterday, but you probably don't take too much away from the win over Vegas Falcons. You feel a little bit better about this one. The movement was there for Purge, the gunny, however, not. But you're enjoying about a 30-point lead right now if you are Boston Breach.
And I think that catches Breach off guard a little bit, right? All 4 players from LAG just hit top side of the minimap. They just go right through garage, right? Normally it's sort of you work the back fences, you work lobby. With 10 seconds left on P1, they just 4 hit through rock. Catch the players off guard. Now Boston Breach are trying to get the good spawns, and they're just going to get 3 dead. Nobody wants to hang on to it except for Lins. He does it at P4. Can he do it again? Absolutely. Give them all 4.
What is in
Il est chaud lui, hein.
What do you have for breakfast? I want to know, because that's his second 4-man. Bailing out his
C'était fou ce qu'ils disent.
You might be getting blown out right now if it's not for him. It's third the first time through, and now it's second. You're probably down 80 plus. But the French sensation getting it done. They got to be fired up after the play from Lens. Let's go to a listen in with LAG.
Push out, okay? He wants me, Cammy. I'm one shot. I'm good. One shot, one top cat. He's running through plat. Out of fence. Yo, he's gonna be open. One's gonna be open right now. One in the back. Play tie in the back. Yes. Where is he open, probably? I see him. I'm holding him.
What? C'est quoi là le lit? Dinguerie.
Secret. Top plat. He's top plat. And they're close. I think he's getting back. I'm getting close. I saw him. I saw him up top close. City close. Carry now, dead. Nice. The office on me, probably. Office, I'm leaving. One more shot. I'm going back. I can dive out. Diving out. Office, the plant. One shot. Office. Nice. Shit. We sure couldn't, guys. He's laying down on my side. They're gonna be built. I'm carrying. And one more team on you. Bang it. Top up and dead. Close awakening. Coming in. I think he's in my front. I'm still in. I set him up. Their side open. Get my car. There's two. One more. Get my car. Close, I think. I'm one shot. I can't help you guys. I'm looking at boat. Mid on me. Behind us. Boat. They're spawning Lambo. Meet that. Boat and spawning Lambo. Half time. He's not both sides. He's on me on Lambo. I'm trying to pinch her. There's two on time.
Oh là là.
I'm about to pinch again. They can be open. Inner verge. If you guys get a kill, I'm gonna pinch. Open Snoopy. Nate Hill. Snoopy's out of the play. Open. Rocket right now. I'm pressed. I'm shooting on the pinch. I'm gonna pinch you then. I'm gonna pinch. I'm gonna try to dig pinch. Go time. I'm playing for PT. I just running boat. I have my dig. I'm not getting back. Open. One shot already. Absolute PT going checkers. One CT. Wait. He's one shot on node, guys. I heard you. I'm ready. We should go from open. Gonna fight open? Close. My bad. I'm gonna try low. Deep. I'm gonna try. I can't tell. I cannot tell. I'm holding the open OE. Play the OEs. Yo, one secret dead.
Still 30 points separating them. LGS can't seem to overcome this hump, this little deficit they've had. Trying to string together a couple. Just feels like they've been a step behind kind of in rotation. They're, I don't know, just in that pattern. They're trying to get out of it.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, they've just had a couple of holds where Breach have just broken in a little bit too easily. And if it wasn't for Linz, this could potentially be a blowout. But he's going to keep going. 25-19 is Linz minute on the hill. Breach is trying to hang on to this. Trying to make sure they have P2 spawns. They do so far right now. Is Kismet going to take down Snoopy, try to control top hills, maybe it's some of this scrap time.
Cammy still shooting, working to get back to even, but locking it down from the window. He's still weak though, and Sky's able to pluck his head off. Now over to Snoopy, who's here on the early rotate. We got about 10 seconds left in the hard point. He'll be first over to Lambo. He got one taking a water route for LAG. The other is kind of playing around older, trying to pick up players. Kismet here, ready to pinch as soon as his teammates hit the rotation.
It's one. I imagine he's gonna go, right? Once that kill comes in. Number 8 should spawn out. Number 8 spawns close, so all 4 players will be there. And well, there we go. Just takes his time. That's gonna be 3 dead, 1 player left though. And I think with that, Purge stays alive, gives his team the close spawn.
So it's all going to be on Kiz now. We'll see if he can harness his inner lens and hold down the onslaught that's about to come. His teammate's going to get here just in time to help him out, though. We'll have a 4-on-4 fight around the point. All utility being exhausted. You have a trophy on the LAG side. We'll see if that helps them out. Not looking like it. Cammy going to be the last guy up inside. Got a one-on-one, hits the shot, stays up. Great job by Breach to break back in. They just never lost that back spawn.
Yeah, I mean, I think LAG is probably a little frustrated with that. They're probably
think
thinking
they did enough to break it.
Yeah, Awakening at least spawns out and they have a 4-on-3. And they just don't. They don't have the man advantage. Awakening spawns close. That allows Breach. They just have a couple of one-on-ones. And they clutch up, they get those close spawns, and now they are very close to winning this map #1.
I need about 20 points to close it out. You're gonna need a great fences hold, and well, you still have one spawning out old in Lens, so he's got a one-on-one. He's gonna try to win against Cammy at old. He's not able to do it, so Boss and Breach once again gonna try to take their numbers and collapse. See if they can close it out right here. Skies is double, likely keeping Gorillas alive for at least now. There you go. Skies ends up getting 3. If you mount the comeback, it's got to start now. You got 40 seconds remaining on the hard point. You get all this, it's basically a tie game. This next push, a big one from Breach.
Yeah, I mean, Skies must he started out about 5-6-0 to start this game, then just really starts to slow down. Almost 2 minutes on the objective.
Oh frère, c'est une dinguerie. Bah Pedro, c'est grâce à lui j'ai un peu repris le multi là. Et il m'a dit qu'il y avait ça là, j'avais oublié. Frère, ça va trop vite frérot. Une dinguerie hein. Trop chaud. Ouais je pense un petit peu ouais. Ouais je vais regarder ça un petit peu là, je vais manger. Après je vais play hein. Je vais voir ils jouent surtout quoi comme ils jouent tous la jackal en vrai. Moi on avait repris la C9 là. La jackal a fait trop de salles. Oh le Linz de chez Los Angeles, qu'est-ce qu'il est chaud. Oh. C'est faute de te dire qu'à ce niveau-là, il y a des mecs qui sont au-dessus de... Je le vois, on cache au-dessus. Hein? Lui, pas, il est bof, hein.
Banger here to start us off with the map one of this series. Now
Purge with the water round.
the
Maybe
W is
number
LAG.
5. Can Purge do it, or his teammates need to take it down and come down to this? Purge takes the water route, but I think the numbers are just a bit too much. LAG clutch up at P4.
What a wild one.
Ah, le Linz, il a carry la game, je te le dis.
LAG in a hole. For most of the game, look at like a 30-40 point deficit, but they come up big at the tail end of it. I thought Snoopy's double won in the game. I thought that one breached the game, but it doesn't. Well, I think that Sky's smile kind of says it all, bro.
And I think these are some of the maps that weren't going their way throughout stage 1. They were losing a lot of these close maps.
Ouais, ouais, mais là, moi, depuis, j'avais joué un peu en multi là cet après.
Towards your way, gets the vibe.
Voilà la scuff.
Like that we casted where maybe it wasn't like a 5-point game, but it was one where they went down like 100 early and they mounted the comeback and it ended up being a really close hard point. They just like ran out of gas at the end. This one, at least they kept it close enough. And now, especially with getting the win, I mean, listen, I know Kismet made some great plays at the end, but like Linz is what
J'arrive.
I know Linz will from time to time, but like those individual moments where he gets 4.
It's a number we don't point out very often. He's got 20 objective kills, right? Like he is. That's where all those multiple kills come in. Is
Yeah, his non-traded number was double Robbie, it felt like too.
yeah, Scuff play a game. Gonna be the end of this one. You can see 3 dead in the feed. Linz is on another 5 spree. That'll be 4, and now Breach, they know they have one more hit at this. And again, Purge, you see number 5, he's going to try to take the long route. And he's just hoping that his teammates get a kill. The problem is, though, is they don't. So they end up getting taken down, 2 go dead. And basically what that means is he's going to have to go, right? He has to activate. He's just going to find one. The numbers are there for LAG. Maybe if Cammy gets one, they can turn it into something, but does not happen.
Yeah, I mean, I was gassing Kiz for the end of the game because he was the one the early rotation kind of started the mess, I guess. But yeah, Linz ends it on a 7 spree. So he did it at the end. He did it during the entire map. My bad, Linz, because he was clutching up. But dude, I just thought Snoopy, after he caught the slide on whoever the second player was, like he destroyed somebody. I'm like, well, that's the map. Not quite though. You luck out. It's the rock hard point where you can get close spawns. It can be so mixy, and that's exactly what it is. But you see, for the most part, you held a bit of a lead through like from the third of the game on. If you were Boston,
yeah, you just never really had a lead change, right? Like it got close,
Yeah,
but you could see Breach always did just a little bit enough. And honestly, I think what LAG did such a good job of is that final P3, right? They go up to 227.
Yeah, no.
You kind of put them in a position. You saw Breach, like they go for such an early rotate. And a lot of the times, teams that spawn offenses, they just hit it one more time because it's such a long rotate.
Yeah.
It allows LAG to get in position.
That's why I was saying like Kiz's kill was so big, just because you did rotate really early. And the fact that Kiz got in is one-on-one, like I know they end up losing that sequence, but the reason it stayed a mess the rest of the time is because of that first fight. Like, yeah, Snoopy made the play, but once the hard point pops there and the spawns are coming in closer, you can continue to flood. It was just a mess from there on in. They clutch up. I mean, Skies had a crazy nade to kind of get them in there as well, but that was fun. It was a hell of a map 1.
Yeah, it was a great map 1.
And yeah, hopefully that is speaking maybe to LAG's like destiny changing, because he said like we casted a bunch of, they did lose a lot of those hard points, bro, like a lot, where like it felt like they finally turned it on or were making the comeback and then just would come up short. This time though, they closed it out, and that was
yeah, they had a number of round 11s that didn't go their way early. So yeah, this was a team, it just felt like Heartbreak City for a while.
Yeah, and a lot of it, I mean, they were doing it themselves. I mean, it's not like it was all just fate against them, but they're starting to play a little bit better. We're taking a look at some stats though. For the LAG side, S&D woes, and well, you talked about some of the round 11 struggles they would have. Here are some of the other stats that have been hurting them. The post-plant win percentage, yeah, you're going to need to improve that.
Yeah, I mean, this is just a roster you just would think would have to be better in Search and Destroy if they want to have success in this league, right? We've kind of talked about it with like Carolina. This is another roster. This is kind of the same thing. Just the difference is that Carolina's really good at Search and Destroy.
Yeah. Now you got to hope, at least, we saw a pretty good showing at the
Tu connais le mood ou pas?
in that game 5. You got to think.
Et merci, hein. Pas envie de me prendre la tête aujourd'hui. Moi, c'est quand que t'allumes la play, Amaury?
Like ROI, the most rewarding when you do find improvements, like you can just completely change your results.
Yeah, 100%. And it's one of those things where a lot of the times, like these guys all have the right mind for it. We've seen them be on great Search and Destroy teams. It's just this Again, this game is a lot different than last year's when it comes to search and destroy. It's a lot more.
Ça se voit, Boston, ils sont anéantis. Il y a que le Snoopy là, il a l'air d'être chaud.
Yeah, in those situations, if you're all not on the same page, you're going to struggle. So I think that's what they're looking at.
We talked about some of his struggles, at least when we casted them. They're the qualifier. It felt like he was feeling some pressure to make plays. You know, no longer being alongside like Hydra, who was like your playmaker. Like they set up for him so much in certain.
Un truc. Ça c'est quoi? Quick stop. Quick scope. Ouais, ah merde.
But find the, I guess, correct patience and timing.
Yeah, and I think maybe like, you know, someone like Priesta pulling out the sub more, the Jackal more, maybe it doesn't have to be Lens to sort of be alongside him. Maybe you can set Lens up to be on an island and kind of lurk, and you can do this alongside Priesta. That's what made that New York team when they won the World Championship like so dangerous, right? Is you know, you have Priesta in a flex spot who can play with a ton of pace, right? Can do it all. So maybe they just have to get on the same page. And sometimes that's what it is in S&D. It's just like switch up positions around bomb sites where you want to play, the areas of the map you like to play. Like someone just has to speak up. Like, dude, you're just kind of uncomfortable here. You're getting smoked. Like, let me maybe play over here.
Yeah. Probably the stuff they're talking through is they look to improve in it. We'll see if any of those improvements start here. Overall in Search this season, you can see where it stands. Obviously, the advantage going to Boston Breach, but still a mode they want to look to improve on. BC sitting at 4th, at least on the offensive side of things. And speaking of offense, they will kick it off on offense here on Hacienda, and we're going to go battles to the halls.
Cage 2 à droite, 2 à gauche.
Snoopy right to the stairheady, able to find picks, and well, Gorilla's just getting fried. Snoopy keeps holding forward. Last person is going to be Skies. Best of luck in this one.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen that a lot, right? Just trying to hit top halls if you're the defenders and you end up getting caught, and then all of a sudden, the whole team is dead. Skies over
Oh là là.
some magic, some great shots in on one, snaps onto the second, and he knows the trade is coming in, and there it is.
He snapped there too. Honestly, he was shooting, but not in an ideal scenario in round 1. Boston.
J'ai pas vu si c'est de la R&D. Comment tu vas, monsieur Wolf? Ça va ou quoi? Le mec émeraude.
Easy that first one look, then you can get into that outer hall, finesse a bit, and he found a great timing to get his second. But dominant one from Breach. We'll see how the adjustments come in on defense, but that's kind of the conversation we were having yesterday and what we've been having over the past month or two.
Yeah, these teams just gotta try to figure out what works on defense. And still a very new map.
Priestess POV over towards A. Lens, well, kind of similar to where we saw the first blood come for Snoopy. Lens is going to get his from that stairwell as well. So good stuff for the offense with regards to the first blood so far. A deep swim for Kiz as he gets out wide and now gets back into Boathouse. Trying now to execute over
T'as dit quoi? Tu bosses pas là aujourd'hui?
player here close defensively for Boston Breach. That's going to be Awakening.
Yeah, imagine Kiz ends this round, right? He should be behind Awakening, should be a freebie. Well, Awakening is in a reposition, but Kiz finds himself in spot to close out the round. The problem is the Breacher away from him. Bomb finally going down. Just how does Breach want to retake this? Looks like it's going to be through middle hall, and yeah, Snoopy going to get caught on the pitch.
Sky's tagged up and not dropped. Now Kiz is going to activate. And, well, everyone gets dropped, so he wasn't really needed, but he could have been the round closer really at any moment. And he might end up being exactly that if he got the final one, but we've seen him on this particular map. He's the one that's going to get into those spots, and his timings are going to be crucial, and well, just his decision-making overall. But, well, sometimes all your teammates are going to get the rest of them. It's not going to matter.
Montrer sa tête, frérot, il s'est cache-fait. Une dinguerie. Ils ont tous des bonnes positions.
Because what the key is there is obviously he helps his teammates plant, but it's a free flank down the top offense.
Ça va aller sur la faille ou tu vas rejoindre les autres?
Such a strong position for the attacking team.
We'll see which defense can stop the bomb plant first. So far it's been offensive first bloods. Well, it'll be the one here. They have a chance to isolate one and Purge. There's going to be Purge is tucked in the corner, though, and he's going to get both. I was just staring at the minimap, seeing Purge tucked away in that corner, and well, Well, that'll lead to both.
Yeah, but it's into a 2-on-2, so he lurks and finds 2. Plays a great corner, but Skies finds 2 picks, so there's no trade on the Skies. Then Priest is able to find 1. So after the first play, he's thinking, how are we in this scenario?
Makes you think
Priest is going to spot Cammy.
It's like Tej yesterday when he got those 2 on this map. I thought it was done. Well, Cammy, though, with some nukes. Brings it down to a 1 versus 1. Oh, Lordy, right out to his left.
Oh là là.
Point, he just shoots second, so Priest able to win the 1 versus 1. LAG bring it back in a 2 versus 4 after Purge's play out towards Lambo.
Voilà la faille.
It's just one you hope to win, especially because like you're not going to make that same play again.
On roule tout diamant.
I mean, that might be the one round they really get aggressive towards Lambo, but next time Yeps is getting checked. So when you make a play like that,
Oh, il a 15 ans le petit.
you get away with once, you win the round off it.
And normally when you lurk like that, you're hoping to find 1, right? Then they're going to try to hunt you down. The fact he gets 2, then he gets hunted, and they still lose the round. Then it's all up to, I mean, Big Skies over at A. Just locked him down balcony. He was the one that found the picks.
Well, him and Priest to get it done. Priest currently on 4 in a row, 5 in a row, all by himself now. As the defenses now try to get it going. Breach in a great position here, and well, they'll close out the round. That one got decided quickly. The streak for Priest that comes to an end. You brush off the frustrating 4v2 you just lost, and you tied up 2-2 as the defenses now step up.
Yeah, I mean, that is just a hard counters, right? You 2-send rock, you win the top halls fight.
En vrai, Mehdi, je sais même pas. Peut-être en 3, je pense.
He gets taken down, and there's just no trade, so you're not into that round at all.
We like to see that out of Breach, though. After a round, maybe you're a little pissed off, a little frustrated. Just win that one easily in the opening moments. After that little spree you had that of Priesta, now Cammy's turn as he gets 3 in that round. Great stuff from Cammy. Excellent day yesterday and looking to keep it going here. We'll see who can take advantage now in this 2-2 tie game. Cammy spotting for info bottom middle. Linz gonna be lurking for now. And you got Bomb Carrot kind of by himself right now for Boston Breach. The rest of the teammates looking for info, but it looks like they're getting ready to execute on over towards A and fences.
Yeah, and I mean, it's going to be a great call depending on the timing because all of LAG, they had 2 fences. They see nothing 30 seconds in and think this is a B hit. And I guess it still could be. But yeah, Breach, they're just going to hop out to A and say, hey, let's get this down.
Yeah, one of those like delayed pushes, but it's like the delayed timing maybe doesn't work out.
Yeah, because now it takes it so long to go A. Now they're back over towards here if you're LAG.
I mean, it's a little bit of a guessing game where you don't have information how the timing's going to work out. You do that instantly, and maybe you get it down for free. That's not going to be the case, though. It's LAG. They look like they're wrapping back over to B. They bring it back to A, and they knock it out of the park. They don't lose anybody as they retake fences.
Just a little too slow there if you want Breach. You play it well. That's what you want. You want them to over-rotate. But yeah, you have to start to work the bomb.
Well, they probably start to they start to rotate out, and then someone's like, I mean, we haven't seen anything there. We haven't seen anything.
Yeah.
Stay where we are. I thought they were committing at first. It looked like they called to like full on rotate out B.
Well,
Pense pas.
Like they wanted to plant backside, right, and take fences. But once they started to do that, that's when LAG started to rotate back towards A.
Yep.
Hey.
Advantage LAG, Priesta. Well, not gonna win that one up close and personal against the Sun.
Je crois que... Un kill ici, en fait, en vrai.
Now to 3 versus 3. Skies.
J'étais pas sûr qu'ils ont concrétisé le truc. Je crois quoi, hein, apparemment.
After he gets the kill, but he's able to
Lui là, Linz, frérot, il est trop chaud.
numbers now. I'm purging Cammy to try and hold this or try and clutch up. We'll see if they give up the plant and then look to activate in the post plant, or it looks like they're just trying to group it up and take a different route. Want to catch somebody.
Could be bad because Purge and Cammy are heading this way. Okay, they're gonna go back. Yeah, they were trying to get near kids, right? Because in the 2 versus 2, 2 versus 3, they want to all try to be together. See, nobody wants to really.
Ah, je crois que c'est leur team, frérot.
All the info you're gonna give those.
Ça veut dire... À mon avis, Gotha, il doit cache le stream.
Perfect. Gets the pick off a bomb. Can't quite get out. 1 versus 1. Cammy. Skies. Bomb recouped. And he's just like, where did you go? Where did you go?
Non, même pas.
he sees him. I think he saw him from the archway. Yeah, he knows that he's not going to plant this. So Cammy takes the right route. He spots him jumping out of the window. Doesn't see him cross to the bomb. You take those 1v1s all day.
Yeah. You're thinking at some point, this guy's just going to try the play because you have to, but he knows he's dead to rights if he goes for it.
And neither team just afraid to commit right now to these bomb plants. And it's hurting them.
Yeah, that was a bit less crazy of a 1v1 than it could have been, that's for sure. No gunfight actually ends up happening, so we'll be tied up again. Breach look like they're hitting this quick. Want to take the top halls fight. Bit more passive from LAG.
Ça doit pas être eux. Non, sinon ils auraient mis Gentleman. Et ça serait pas Los Angeles, frérot. Avec tout le respect, frérot, là en vrai, je sais pas, ils pourraient mettre qui en France.
He spot him.
His teammate sees it for sure.
Yeah, I was about to say, he saw him.
Yo, to your right.
Well, it ends up working out. Now into 1v2, and well, when you get that free pick, this becomes a whole lot more manageable up against Purge and Cammy. Priest leading the lobby right now with 7. See if he can muster up some magic to put the advantage back to LAG. Can he get a clean one here and go into the 1v1?
Ouais, clean toutes les zones, frérot. Erreur de partout. Ah ouais.
Great stuff there from Purge on the spot and just enough damage to kind of make Priest a sweat.
That just reminded me a bit of a BO4, like Hacienda. You remember the mantles, like how quick you can mantle back and forth?
Just hopping back and forth.
Yeah, players would just hop back and forth. You saw a little bit of it there. Just jump spot, yeah, just finding the info. And honestly, I love the patience out of Kids around. As soon as Linz gets stuck, like he's just thinking, all right, I have to try to make the play. The problem is, Skies is looking over him, but he loses the gunfight. So he then has to push out of that room because he knows he's going to get pinched, just can't win the second one.
Yeah, he was close to maybe getting 2 if the slide worked out a bit better for him, but can't turn it into 2. Now advantage back to Breach. Some winnable rounds for Gorillas, and while some where you've just been in 1v3s and 1v4s, we've lost that early fight. Stun connects and nades hit, so Cammy's going to back out of that for now as he was in trouble. Aggressive is going to be Linz. We'll get right to his POVs. He's already in the bottom office. We'll see when he looks to activate. The rest of his team working on towards Rock. Same can be said for the defense.
Well, this should work out great for Linz. He just needs to hope his team does not die because he's got to go right now. But yeah, 2 of his teammates get taken down.
Manette, la plupart, frérot. Imagine souris. Ils se font arracher, frère.
Yeah, I was wondering when that number 6 was going to end up coming around. So now it's another chance to clutch. Skies again in a 1 versus 2. Got to feel like eventually they're going to pull out of one of these clutch scenarios. He's got bomb to work with. This time he's at least going to get the plant in. Here they come. He's going to be able to at least reposition for now. Did they see him cross? Oh my god. Jumping right over him. Now down to a 1 versus 1. Cammy tap.
Oh là là.
I thought Skies had it.
What ridiculous shots from Cammy.
Ah, c'est un BO5, Meji. J'avais pas vu. Best of 5. Of 5.
I thought that was free for Skies after he got the first one clean. How the hell did Cammy win that? Let's see it.
Well, I think they're talking about like, dude, did you not check that spot?
He jumps right over him. He
jumps
goes
right over him.
Because he takes no damage, and then I guess we don't have his POV. Because you get the first, like first 2-3 bullets in. You get first 2-3 bullets, and then just get popped and zapped.
A little omni movement as well, just like, oof.
Well, hell of a play from Cammy, and I said eventually LAG might clutch one of these. I thought that was the one. Cammy said, no, sir. Priest in a car, I think, and Nade is going to connect for the first blood for Linz. I heard the car, I saw what Priest it was.
Wait, Cammy blew it up. Honestly, that's a great nade to get him out of the car, because you saw what that car was looking at. Had so much info middle of the map.
Thankfully, you got that first blood if you're LAG, though. You're still in a good spot.
Snoopy has to be careful here. He has bomb, so he cannot die. Because his teammates are probably saying, hey, I'm seeing nothing B. Let's just put it down. Give ourselves the best chance in this round.
He's worried there's someone still back here. Do the car, and well, he nearly catches it perfectly. Probably needs one more bullet, and Wake brings us back to a 3 versus 3. They're able to get the bomb down off of that. Now 4v3 retake for Gorillas. They got to get it done to extend this game, or it's a Boston Breach search win, and we'll be tied up 1-1 in the best of 5.
En plus, il vient de le dire, le mec.
Wake's just trying to find where they are. Just had some bad timing, but all 4 are here. And well, number 6 and Tammy's trying to take a route through the middle. He gets caught. Somehow Awakening has avoided everybody.
Un truc de fou. Dès qu'ils loupent leur cible, ils vont pas aller la chercher. Ils bougent dans un autre endroit. Une dinguerie, c'est.
I thought it was gonna be one of those situations where Wake just had to get one kill on bomb and they're able to win that round, but doesn't happen. LAG stay alive, and well, now we're getting flashbacks to map 1. Like, they just stick around, stay close enough. Can they steal one at the tail end of it? I mean, that would be a dagger, bro. If you lose the hard point like that, then they're able to come back from 3-5.
I think the fact that
Je sais pas, ils prennent quoi comme produit, mais leur pupille. Ouah, salope.
he's not seen anything, so he's probably given the comms. So what ends up happening is like Cammy and Snoopy, they like go through the middle of the map, and that's where they get caught.
Probably calming to Ants telepathically.
Ah, je crois que Gamy vient de prendre l'AC. Il a fait.
Oh, deeper and deeper we go on this map too. It's really the one crazy one we have is the 2v4 round. Outside that, it's been like some close clutches, but nothing too crazy. LAG need to win this to get us to the round 11. There's another first blood, a big one. It's Skies that's able to pick Awakening out of it. They're going to group up and take their numbers on over to A. Boston Breach going to be here to greet him. What's the timing like? Nice one for Cammy, trying to back up, but the pressure is already there. They're able to flood through. Purge working with Snoopy now, and he's just going to send it. Send it in spot 1. Traded, though. Snoopy gets one. This time, not going to be traded, so we get to another 1 versus 1. We've had some thrilling ones, some duds. How will this one play out? Because you got 40 seconds still to work with. Bomb in hand for Priesta. Map on the line for him.
Well, both are kind of doing the same thing right now, right? Snoopy just kind of playing the 50-50. Now gonna go. And well, it's just not gonna be great timing for him.
Nope, Rise, he wraps out. Priesta wraps in. Bomb plant in. Here we go to the 1 versus 1. They're going to greet. You got a sub in your hand now. Oh, I love the reposition quickly from Priesta. Get back to the heady. Now Chows for damage, trying to avoid the name. It does that beautifully.
Wow.
Yeah, he's only got 11 bullets.
To back out again. Snoopy nearly zapped him, down to 20 HP. You mentioned, still 11 in it. To the AR, to the sub, back and forth we go. Jiggle, peek, and swap.
Ouais, c'est un gamin.
We are dancing. Snoopy able to fry him, though. The dance will end there. Priesta maybe a little bit too cute with it. Snoopy's got the movement, the gunny. He'll take it, in Boston Breach will tie us up at 1-1.
Yeah, Priesta's thinking, I'm gonna win this like as a pacifist and just not.
Frérot, tes combats, frère, t'as peur. Qu'est-ce que je vais pouvoir bien me prendre comme dessert?
Almost a nice comeback there from LAG. But maybe gonna do it through the first couple of maps. Well, Linz ends up putting up 9. Snoopy with the 1v1 clutch plus double digits.
J'ai Snoopy et Linz, ça se voit cash, ils sont au-dessus de leur team.
And honestly, I think what impressed me most for Boston Breach is a lot of their defensive rounds, they would go down a man early, and then they would just like take a risk on one of the sites. And that's when it came down to like these 1v1s. It just happened right there, right in the last 3 versus 4. They just hit out fences, and they made Snoopy in the one-on-one.
Je dirais pas non. Je rigole. T'imagines le mec qui part en couille. Le mec qui part complètement en couille. Après il a pas voulu se battre.
Snoopy gets the angle, Snoopy gets the kill, and Boston Breach get the victory. As they'll be tied up 1-1, but so far, a couple of bangers. I mean, that's kind of what I was hoping for. I mean, Boston Breach, obviously, the results and stats-wise have been the better team, but we thought LAG would be able to battle against them. They have, but to break it down further, we'll kick it on over to the desk.
Fantastic start to our 4-match day as we are knotted up 1 apiece. It could have been a 2-0 lead, though, for either team. Start with Boston. Boston story, Nameless, because this was the team that kind of fumbled the bag in game one.
Yeah, great job in that game too. Honestly, a great search and destroy on both ends, right?
Yeah.
Came down to a ton of clutches as we just watched. You can tell the priority for LAG was to kind of play together, play their numbers. Boston, just in the end, like the 2v3, I think is what I'm going to keep going back to in this map. Just Purge finding a huge kill, Cammy winning the 1v1 at the very end. I know it's a Boston team that, like, if they're good at search and destroy and can extend these series, like, they're going to be closing teams out in 3-1 fashion, right?
Yeah.
Their respawns are good. Even that first one got away from them. Probably felt like they should have won it.
For me in the search and destroy, it was just really good defenses. I think from the side of Boston Breach is kind of what kept them throughout the entirety of this map, because the attacks were a little bit wonky. There was so many situations where like Gorillas were put in position to possibly clutch, and although they do kind of beat themselves in the end, LAG just played way too passive when it came to their defenses. They gave up way too much space on the map, and they overstacked, I felt like, way too many times over towards that fences for it to be the wrong decision. But I will say the adjustments made in the later on rounds kind of redeemed them for me a little bit, but this whole thing, even in that map number 1, has felt like LAG beating themselves.
Man, we gotta show some love once again to Cammy, man.
Frère, ils se sont tous pris de la C, moi. Non, en vrai, putain, un collègue avec qui je joue là tout à l'heure, il m'a dit, ça s'appelle comment ce qu'ils prennent? Je savais même pas. Ladéral. Ladérol. XR. Capsule 12 heures. Ah, c'est une dinguerie, frérot. Ça là. Ça là. En fait, ça te permet d'être concentré. Et. Genre, t'es vraiment concentré de fou. Aux États-Unis, à ce qui paraît, ils prennent tout ça, frère. Oh, c'est une dinguerie, frère. Le médicament est un stimulant du système nerveux central. On peut sentir son action en quelques heures.
Strongest game mode, and like I said with the map number 3, they're getting their strongest map as well. They're 4-1 on Vault Control, where on the flip side, Boston Breach are 1-4. They have just been not finding success in the map 3s.
And if you want to see how LAG got their first map win, well, Nameless can break it down for us as he draws conclusions.
Yes, I will.
Voilà, je vais être sous Adéral bientôt. Effet secondaire. Effet indésirable, il peut diminuer l'appétit, il peut causer des maux de tête, il peut causer des maux de ventre, il peut entraîner de l'insomnie ou de la difficulté à s'endormir, il peut causer des nausées ou rarement des vomissements, il peut rendre plus nerveux ou anxieux, à l'occasion il peut causer une perte de poids. Vous pouvez avoir un plus gros zizi, je rigole. Frérot, je peux te garantir qu'ils tous ils prennent des trucs, t'es un fou, frérot. Je peux pas être concentré comme ça. Je le vois moi, même quand je joue à LoL, frérot. Genre les 4-5 premières games, frère, je suis concentré de fou, je vois tous les objectifs, trucs, si. Après, t'as vu, genre, quand ça commence à pas aller dans la game, qu'il y a un mec qui fait n'importe quoi, frère, t'oublies un truc, t'oublies ici, tout. Frère, je te jure. Ah, c'est trop une dinguerie, frère. Je vais qu'à jouer avec... Tu vois, ils sortent cash tous les pros.
While we wait on game 3 to kick off, we have to send it back over to the birthday boy for some very special statistics. 40 years old. He's vintage.
What are our stats? Wait, what are we doing? Happy 40. Maven's older than the Hubble telescope. Idea of the World Wide Web. All 24 COD titles. MP3 player. Disposable camera. Dude. Sheesh. That's kind of crazy. That's wild. Dude, Allie's dad.
Il est vraiment trop chaud, lui. Pas de voc.
youngsters don't always like that to try and call a girl when you're trying to flirt with a girl and you had to call a rotary phone and talk to the
Today,
dad first.
I am
That
joined
was crazy,
with
bro. You had to
Ready
be like, hey,
Season.
Mr. Whatever, can I talk to your daughter? I swear I'm not trying to do
And
anything
we are going to be trying to find an iridescent player in a lobby full of diamonds.
Looks good. It looks good.
Let's get
Do
it.
you look older now or in this
Peter
photo?
I look older than that photo.
It wasn't looking that bad.
It was horrible. Like, look at this. Look at
Blue
this.
ball
Look
gets
how
caught in the back.
horrible my hair
You know
was.
what's Brian right now?
You're
Is that
covering
blue ball
my face.
nomad?
Yeah, really should. Oh,
I
I
thought
ripped
we were
my hair
nomad
off.
here.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
now
let me
I'm
see.
bald again.
Yeah, well, that didn't work, huh?
No,
Yeah,
let's
yeah,
go ahead and
yeah.
mark him off the list.
Yeah.
That wasn't
So rough
pretty.
against that. I like the chain, though.
That
Looks
wasn't
good.
pretty.
I've been working out, dude. I think I need like a pocket
Bro,
watch.
these players
Need a
are
pocket
ass.
watch.
Yeah, we're
How's
trying
my
to find
button?
the one that's not ass.
It looks great.
That's pretty good for you.
That's kind of the point of the video here.
Yeah, I think so.
Ketchup's moving like a
Yeah, I
diamond.
kind of screwed that up. I didn't mean
Oh
to,
my
but
God, who's Peter Piper?
I thought for some reason the
Who the
tape
fuck
would
is
come
this?
off. I didn't think it'd be like that.
Unbelievable.
Well, our team wants us to move on. They want us to look at control stats.
How dare they?
Yeah, how dare they?
It's unreal.
We're gonna have to control. Oh, okay, we got bigger ones. So we can show
I might get shadow banned.
Mais vraiment 2 balles, frérot.
horrible though. Out of control this season.
Why do I start? Hasn't been great.
Has not been great. Has not been good.
Well, this is what, you know, Al was talking about is the first 3 match strategy looked great. On ball control. The problem is we do have to go.
Je vais la jouer comme ça après.
At this point, Joe.
That is here.
On va tester. On va voir.
Get the edge though 2-1. We'll
Mais la pilule, limite,
control. When we come
c'est
to us,
limitless.
this photo production.
C'est la même que celle du film. Bon, mon frère, je te laisse. Je vais lancer à toutes. Vas-y, frérot. Hein.
It is. You do have the.
À toutes, mec. Hein.
Yeah, no, that thing was.
Did you light that thing on fire?
Lit it on fire, yeah. At the end, we were done with it. Look at this. Look how bad my hair was. You can see it like shining, like through my hair. It was horrible.
Yeah.
I look good there, I think. The difference, I didn't really have gray in my beard. Like I have gray now, but I can always dye my beard if I want to, dude.
Ils ont vraiment un anglais, ces Américains.
Oh, salt and pepper's good. People are into that.
Yeah,
It's
well,
like dad bods.
okay. I like that. All right, I'm gonna turn the AC down really low now, okay? I started to do it during the death segment, and it got so loud, Joe yelled at me. It was pumping, bro. Okay, we're good.
Ils sont trop synchro, frérot.
I'll put it back here. All right, into control we go. Both teams looking for the advantage 2-1. We get to Vault, where chaos ensues and Purge takes over.
I really thought you were about to bring an accent out. We were about to get real weird.
Oh là là.
Real weird, but almost
You hear my
forward there.
British accent, mate? It is incredible.
It is awful.
Oh, pretty good.
Has been for like 10 years.
Oh, that's pretty good. I could be on, whose line is it anyway? Talented man.
Is there even a British person on whose line is it anyway?
I have no idea, Joe.
There's not.
Is that show still on?
I don't know.
I don't either. No idea. But first tick about to be done today. They've got a 2-stack on that for now. Snoopy lurking and no longer lurking as Skies will pluck his head off from the rear. Awakening's got
C'est dommage, je comprends pas pourquoi il est pas resté sur le truc.
team kill that's there, but I was gonna say it went pretty well
Oh là là.
until Cammy kind of flipped that on its head. So now you're right back onto A if you're Boston Breach.
Yeah, well, you're the close spawn, so you're going to have multiple players on it. Second tick is in. 1 life advantage so far. Looks like LAG, they're going to try to retake. This is just going to take a while. You're hoping Kiz is able to get through, but he's going to lose the gunfight. The other 2 players were flanking through Cat, and it ends up working out, or does it? Awakening trades too, so you get the cap, you get the minute extension. Well, mid-map control, big Wake holding it down.
Dude, do you think someone told LAG like, don't take like dumb gunfights or don't overchow things or don't, like? It felt like in that search they were like going out of their way to like play smart and not make mistakes.
Maybe.
Je le trouve bof, moi, lui. Hein.
In some of those scenarios, it just could have been the situation they were in.
Comparé aux autres.
And wait, who had the last one?
Priesta.
Oh, Priesta. Yeah, I was thinking like, did someone tell them just like not to misplay things? And they were just like in their head about it.
Maybe.
But now you try to activate onto B. You're down 2 players of your breach. So Snoopy is just trying to get forward, get lost, turn some heads.
You don't have street control though. Really, it's just all art, right? So you're gonna have 1 player on it in Cammy. He almost had multiple, but they're able to find some pace. Snoopy just trying to be a thorn in their side. Kismet with another one, so a nice job by LAG, because they did not have a lot of map control. Breach were just all the way pushed up. As Kiz is on 3 in a row, locked it down mid-lobby.
I mean, if you've been struggling in control, maybe Vault's a map where you can sneak away with the dub. So far, so good. Only 30 more seconds to hold, but Cammy's double might get you in. Purge is also trying to activate him behind enemy line, so he's going to get them spawning out deep. They'll be spawning out far. towards like your P4.
This is done. They're 3 on it.
And this is going to be moving quickly. We're about halfway to being done with it. Second tick good. Still 30 seconds on the clock. They've got to go. Someone's got to contest and got to get in. You got to go fast. They're able to clear them out for now. Nope, they are not. 2 people still up. It won't look so good for LAG for so long.
Well, that's just 2 retakes they were just too slow on. The first one at A.
Well, to be fair, I mean, they spawned out in Narnia.
No, you're not wrong. And that's due to Purge's position. But, I mean, you were just waiting for a while for them to go. But same thing happened on the A point. Waiting on Kiz. Kiz just lost the gunfight, and the 2 players chat side couldn't get it done. So there you go. Breach going to take the first offense.
Well, I think that was a good example of just why on this, like when we're trying to activate B, how important getting somebody into ARC can be. Especially, I mean, with that kind of timing, you're getting in right as the kills come through and you spawn everybody out. Because, yeah, maybe they could have collapsed on it quicker, like you're right, but it's tough. When you're spawning out bottom left side of the minimap and trying to retake on to B. Well, we'll see if LAG can now get it done on offense. They're probably a little flustered after that one. It was just, I don't know, pretty good outside of a 20 to 30 second elapse where they let things fall apart.
They're going to get some progress done. They're just kind of waiting. Nobody catwalked. Skies is able to find one inside a connector, but Snoopy's just going to go. But Skies locking it down with the AR. Finally a trade onto him. And well, Snoopy, he's going to go. He's got 12 kills so far. He's double positive.
Yeah, he can hit another gear that can be absolutely disgusting in his bag right now. But we'll look at Cammy, who's trying to get the angle through the smoke. Shots in. Priest a little bit worried, but his teammate's just going to go ahead and push forward. Skies will hold for the angle onto Cammy. Purge, though, there with him on the flank. Doesn't see him at first, but then able to spot him in the corner. That's going to open things up for Cammy now to get into a better position. Purge is going to get loose into underground, but the A point is going to be done. You got 2 minutes to work with, basically even in lives, and now you need to try and do to them exactly what they just did to you.
Having a good chance so far to get forward. You see number 1 Priest, he's going to be the one player trying to take that route. I assume someone's going to pick it up, probably number 6 in Cammy. Yeah, he's going to spot it, so Awakening's going to back up, try to help him. The rest of Boston Breach is going to fight from the middle of the map, but as soon as the kill happens, make it 2. If he finds this kill, could have been the round, but you can see where number 8 spawns. That's all due to Cammy.
You're not wrong. Yeah, he gets that kill, and that likely is the rounder. A very similar scenario, at least to what we saw in the last one. But you don't lose ARC control. You battle back out. You avoid that 3 or 4 down scenario. LAG, though, right back in fighting. Thankfully, you've got a good amount of time to still work with, but that now becomes the question as well. When you go 3 down like that, you got to think that's a solid like 20, 30 seconds where you're going to have to work back into position to fight on the ball. So nice play from Purge, and then a multi from Snoopy. I went from saying you have a lot of time to you're not going to have like any. Well, they just haven't found a kill in a while.
Yeah, they may not have many lives. And Breach were playing a little conservative. They were just worried someone was hitting that pinch. But they were able to find that player. You do have Priest at number 1 just kind of lurking. You can see Awakening is just like watching it. You see number 8, he's just constantly turning around because I assume they're calling out names, sort of. We're just looking for Priest still. Where is he? Well, finally he's going to go. Stun going to hit, and I think with that spawn, they're going to know Priest is behind him.
They deal with it again, able to shut that down, make sure no one can make a play on LAG. And Cammy, he's going to lurk for what feels like forever. Finally, he's going to activate, and the fact he gets 2 there might seal the round. He is on 5 straight, only 6 lives remaining for LAG, just over 10 seconds to go. And it feels like as much as we were focusing on the other side of it, Priest, that Cammy was just here the entire time. This is your last chance. You've got 2 down, maybe you make a play. Purge, nice little snap onto the second player. Damage in will be enough as his teammates get the kills and close it out. Fist bumps up. Boston Breach up big in the control.
Yeah, we were so focused really on ARC control, but it honestly didn't matter because Breach they didn't die on their side of the map either, right? They had multiple players middle of the map or pushed up in the attacking spawn. Great defense there for Breach.
Yeah, it was the same thing. That was like Cammy. I don't think he moved for what felt like 30 seconds. He was just waiting.
The one chance where you had a 2 dead. Priest on the pinch. Cammy wins that gunfight. And they just restabilize.
Great series from Cammy still. He's been making plays. Really, everybody's had a moment throughout this. Might feel fortunate to be tied 1-1. Well, actually, you probably feel you should be up 2-0 considering the map 1 you should have closed out or could have closed out. I was thinking more of LAG, New York come back in the search, but You should have won that one if you're Breach. This one, you need to shut it down. I mean, it's been a story of kind of comeback potential for Gorillas. One you win, one you don't. Are they going to do that here in map 3 and make this a bit more interesting? It's got to start now with this defense, and it was a pretty solid defense outside of a couple mistakes. See if they can do better this time. Cammy quits on the fight a little bit too early, but able to recenter and take it as he's up to 17.
Yeah, finally you get some street control. That's Kiz running that AMS. He's going to get pushed up, and you're going to see now everybody spawning over towards Pool. Makes it easy for LAG to kind of read the map. How does Breach want to play this now?
Well, Kiz gets dropped instantly, so that's a big win from Cammy. Opens things up for you and opens the closer spawn up for you. Now you're trying to flood on towards the point. Awakening just dives on in. I think he's got 2 people staring at him. Snoopy trying to finesse on his side. Leads to a team kill for LAG, but still got numbers. Then Linz, well, he just centers on Cammy's forehead.
Yeah, the little hop just helped him out too.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he doesn't get a headshot technically in the kill, but there were some headshots there. That's all it looked like. And time just, God, this round disappeared. 15 seconds left because you just haven't been on the objective at all. Like, usually you're on A a bit, right? You're fighting, you get a tick or two. Like, there's been nothing until, like, this point. I mean, it takes Snoopy triple to get you there.
It's still a 1 versus 1, right? It's just Snoopy. At least he's pausing the clock because he's still inside of A. But you see all of LAG, they are running at Snoopy, trying to deal with him. There is the trade, but Kiz just plays his life. He's up to 21, having a great game. Despite the fact they are down 2-0. This has been a masterclass so far, but Purge finds another triple. So a couple of triples have kept Breach alive.
Yep, Snoopy then Purge, just keeping you alive, barely alive. Trying to resuscitate their hearts with 2.2 seconds left. Snoopy, no miracle this time around. That will close out the round. I was gonna say, if he pops another triple, then all right, just give him the point at least. But that was, I mean, you didn't have quite shutout defense, you know, in their first defensive round, but it was pretty damn good. This time, they really, once they got that 3-4 down, it had them locked. I know they didn't hold him there long, but that's just like they had the ideal spawn. They had all the map control. By the time we start thinking about the clock, there's 20 seconds left.
It's just time. They just, they weren't on the objective at all. It's so just difficult getting locked down. You have to jump off catwalk, try to re-enter lobby. You got ARs looking at you, just difficult to do. But it's all set up by LAG and, well, really by Kiz, locking down the street, just forcing that pool spawn.
LAG, do they have another comeback in the cards? This is the test, though. Well, this into round 5 if they get this, but getting the offense will be the test. Kismet's been your fearless leader in this one, leading with 24. And he's just going to send it right through. Nice damage into Purge. He's just going to get shot from top R's. There's still somebody lurking there. He's hoping there's not, and he found an opening, but you almost go 3 for 1. Snoopy still stays alive and kind of keeps that early pressure onto B. You still have a chance here. I thought maybe they were going to stop committing once Snoopy got that kill, but the fact that you saw Priest in this spot, you tried to. He has 9 HP. Just tried to not get knocked over by the wind. He finally does get dropped. Now the fight comes to the point. Purge and Cammy working the retake. Kismet trying to make some big plays. It's just...
Oh, there we go. The nades blows up Awakening in. Snoopy.
All right.
Second tick about to be done. The problem is no trophy. Boston's still going to have a spawn to where they get some nades on it. Purge is pinching. Purge and Awakening going to find it. They just get there in time.
And I think somebody stepped off of it for like a second. When he went to peek inside, didn't he just get off it for a moment? I wonder if that would have been the difference just to capture it. I know you're trying to pick that up and catch timing and somebody get a kill, but I swear they hopped out of the 2-stack for just a second. I wonder if that was the difference. Tough to criticize that in the moment, but when it ends up being that close. All right, well, you did some damage. At least the good thing is you were on that point for like a lot of it.
Now they were just right back to it. So yeah, time-wise, if they get a point, they're gonna have 2 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Like sometimes when we see people go for B first, you know, like it's sort of a make or break. Like you might have losing the round because you don't have a lot of time left, but they did it efficiently in the lives department and the time department. Cammy trying to make a play though. Gonna rely on his teammates to step it up on the front line. But you got a minute 45 to go. Cammy's gonna get sniffed out. Minute 45 for 1 tick, and well, the problem is lives too, because you're up 6, and lives isn't like usually the conversation here, but
I wish my hipfire worked like that.
Yeah, right?
Just straight to the head as well. Well, with only 1 take, like this is an opportunity where if you're LAG, you really don't have to work the pinch or mid. What you can do is bully the player on art. If you get like 3 to 4 on it just right away, you might be able to just capture it so quickly.
Over in a couple seconds.
It doesn't matter.
Well, Snoopy takes the longest of routes, and he's going to find some freebies. Able to take out 2. Third might be damaged. He is. So Snoopy's route leads to 3.
That's all 4 dead.
And where that might have been a round that seals the game, you still have a fighting chance because you had so much time to work with, because you had a 6-life advantage. But that is exactly what you needed if you were breaching. You wanted to win this round.
Yeah,
like,
it's another moment where like LAG are just playing so passive. They're just waiting for a play to happen. The problem is nobody spots Snoopy. So he turns it into, well, you're trapped in your spawn again.
What was once 2 minutes, now down to 40 seconds, and we're into a 9 versus 9. Snoopy continues to eat. He's on 6 straight. The life advantage, now a distant memory. 1:16:10, now 7-9. Linzo able to get on the point, try to pause it. Not going to last very long because you still have 2 players art side. The only player up is going to be Priesta. Everybody else spawning out in Narnia. This is going to be maybe 2 rounds that look so good for LAG, and just one little blunder. Boston Breach are able to steal it away. It all comes down to this next push. Priesta trying to finesse, but your finesse time's kind of done. You've got to get going. You've got to activate. 10 seconds now to go. Somebody's got to get a body on it, but the entire street is locked down by Boston Breach. Hop on it with 6.3 left. They're able to back up the player in top art. Sky's able to take down 1. Snoopy staying up, getting damage in, winning a big one, and that may just seal it. Last person's got to dive on it. Priesta can't get there in the 2-minute defense. Down 6 lives with only needing 1 tick. It's Breach that hold it, and I don't know whether to give props to Breach or be frustrated with LAG, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the last couple of maps, we kind of touched on the fact that they're able to clutch up and finally win a close game, and these last 2, like, there's just been some rounds in both Search and Destroy and Control where...
Yeah, I don't know if it's like a...
They're just trying to maybe just wait for someone to make a mistake on the side of Boston because, like, you know, Snoopy's going to take you out. Purge is a guy who likes to lurk, and maybe they're trying to punish that. The problem is they're just not catching the timings.
It's like they're being proactive, or they're being reactive instead of proactive sometimes, right? Like, instead of making the play, it's like, yeah, like they're waiting for something to happen to then make the play. Like, that's the best way I can say it. Like, they're being reactive instead of proactive. And I don't know if we're just this particular matchup we're noticing a lot, but it feels that way, right? Like,
I mean, they were literally
I'm sorry, like, do something.
There were 4 waiting on this, right? They're just trying to catch somebody, but it just didn't happen at all in that round. You did so much work at the B point early. You capture A. Just did not matter. And the problem is that you never get those players out of their spawn. That is what Boston did so well. The player in this position, time and time again, they did not get taken
God,
care of.
I swear somebody stepped off it for a second, bro. I swear they hopped in for like 2 seconds, and that would have been the difference in capping it. I'm also 40 now, so I could be fading out. I don't know if I can trust my eyes anymore.
You got a weird brain. I believe you.
Yeah. Well, I hope that's the case, but we've had a couple of thrilling maps so far. I mean, even though this goes 3-1, still some insane rounds. But really, I mean, is frustrated. I said I don't know if I'm more frustrated with LAG or like fired up at the plays. For Boston Breach, is like Snoopy's play was awesome, and that's what kind of pins them back. But yeah, I just don't know if that happens if you just are a little more proactive. Like you just gave, dude, that was a 20-second round.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we were here for a long time.
Because what was his first kill? His first, or well, not his first kill, I guess it would have been his second kill, but it was like, it was when he hip fired. That started with him hip fired, the hip fire cheese.
Yeah.
Mid. He then got a kill underground, went all the way out poolside, the long route around P2. He took the super max long one.
The super max.
I mean, it was a route, bro.
Yeah, I mean, they were just hoping to catch it. They just didn't. So I don't know who
you
was
had one
watching
person
what.
laying down that was watching like the... they were hoping probably Snoopy cheated and took a little bit shorter of a long route, I guess. But he took the long. And yeah, nobody had it picked up. It leads to 3. Another big play from Snoopy, but that one just felt like, I don't know, you just sort of let it happen.
Yeah, I feel like it should have been around 5, but doesn't matter. Boston Breach clutch on enough after, allowing the clutch to happen in our map 1, and now we get to a red char hard point. This is kind of the problem now. You're getting to some maps. I mean, LAG, they haven't even played this in a match, so this is a map where they're just trying to expand the map pool, put it in, maybe practice. They haven't loved red card, but they're just at the point now where they're trying everything.
Well, yeah, I mean, I know you and the Desk were saying they sort of look pretty good in the first 3. You need to hopefully win 3-0 or be up 2-1 maybe for LAG. That's not the case. You're not a 1-2 hold, and you get to some stuff that you're not as comfortable on. Hopefully, for them, it's been working out in scrims, but typically a team that's, 2-5 in the qualifier and, losing in the first round of losers, you don't have a whole lot that is working for you. But yeah, maybe throwing darts at the board, trying to get something going. Maybe it starts here. At times, we love what we've seen from this LAG team. They've had very winnable situations. I hoped after that, like, that clutch in the map 1, like, all right, here we go. This is the start of something new, right? We're not going to have those moments, but then it feels like we kind of had them in maps 2.
Yeah, and you're trying to see, like, just we're having these discussions. All it is like, what happened, right? What are we watching? How did maybe they get there?
Is it? I'm trying to think of the way to word this. Like, you all have to have a voice, right? But like, there still needs to be sort of a leader, right? Like someone that's like, let's do this sometimes. I know that's more in search than respawns, but sometimes someone needs to be the voice that's like, all right, guys, we gotta do this, right? Like, isn't there usually that voice?
Like, what do you mean? Well, let's do what?
Like, oh, like when they're about to try and capture the point, but they were just stagnant for like 30 seconds.
Yeah,
like, someone has to be like,
let's just wait. Someone's saying like, let's wait.
Yeah, I'm saying someone needs to be, I guess, more aggressive with it. Or is it too many cooks in the kitchen? I think too many voices, too many opinions how to play the game. You think?
Well, I think it may be the opposite now. Maybe we're just trying to, get under one. Like if someone says something, listen to it.
Yeah, that might be it.
But yeah, I mean, they're just trying to figure it out every single day. It is a frustrating thing as a player.
Oh, I can imagine. Yeah, I can imagine. We'll see if they can find the improvements here in the map 4. Lens had a monster map 1. I mean, yeah, several hard points where he bailed the team out or made a play late to help clutch up the game. They're going to need him here, but maybe a little bit more difficult to have the impact that he did in that map 1 now on a map like Red Card when you think?
I mean, we've seen some high impact subs. You need a lot of time and you have to hit some routes, right? Like, I just think a Hydra inside to take a booth. You just need your ARs to control the longer sight lines. They have to keep it mixy because if it's not, it's so easy to just pick up on the pitch.
And just get in the blender.
Yep.
There's nothing worse than when you're trying to be the route guy probably, and then you just
2 or 3
gets
dead,
picked up.
And like, oh yeah, they're gonna watch this.
You take a 15-second round, you die. You take a 15-second round, you die. Snoopy has been a multi-killed demon, and he starts it off with 1, but still have a presence here if you are LAG, and they'll put the time to their favors. Cam really the one on the other side as he gets shut down. That'll be everybody now battling back to the point for Boston Breach. We'll see how they look to capitalize on this purge pick. And you saw all the purple arrows just turning. Everyone starts to panic as the first player drops, and you create a little bit of chaos here if you're Boston Breach.
Yeah, starting to hit some of this time. You have P2 spawns. Well, Kemi's gonna find a double. Well, he's gonna find 3. He continues to have a great series. But they're already in position as P2 is gonna pop. That means Purge's gonna get this hill time. They have the back spawns. They know where LAG is coming from.
I think he was getting the wall bang in disguise too before I think Lens got him. He nearly had all 4. Skies with the clean headshot now. He'll try to send it forward. He's shooting. You said the ARs, you're going to need a performance out of them. He sees that gunplay, he's like, okay, maybe not. He's got a little bit more cover to work with there. Tries to reposition, but repositions right to his teammates' bullets, unfortunately. As the team kill comes in, Snoopy pushes up off of that. Gets a little bit of help, while both players do, so nobody in the hard point, at least for now. Awakening almost 2 there, but the slide comes in, shots to the pistol a little high.
Yeah, but Boston are going to take this because they flipped the map. Right, I think Priest goes on a bit of a route through the middle. And what ends up happening, you get some of these split spawns, these parallel spawns, and then they die. You can see 8 and 6 are already out here. Skies is already through, though, so fighting over P3 control. Fighting for mid-street. It was looking good for Breach, but now you're getting some kills from the ARs at LAG.
Well, you get the spawn in the back, but you don't want to get pinned back here. You're at least going to be able to reinforce it quickly, or are you? Never mind. The spawner's just going to get dropped instantly because you've got the front side control. Awakening trying to do it from the steps. He's using all the ammunition. He's gotten both guns, but not walking around with a kill. Still a stun and a trophy to use if they can get inside. His teammates trying to do it. Multi, though, from Skies and Lens. They both get 2, and now you've got exactly what you want. You got control. You got 5 in a row for Skies. You got them pinned in the back, and this has been a great stretch from LAG.
Yeah, this is where you have to take advantage of this. This is what they did not do in map number 1. It just felt like every time they were making the right play, it was this. It was 4 dead again.
Okay.
And now Boston have a chance to get out, but, well, Skies is already going off. He's up to 12. Seen him already have a number of doubles in the kill feed. You still have a slight lead if you're LAG. You still have P4 control.
Well, you have 1 spawn out old. We'll see what Kiz opts to do. It looks like he's
Vas-y, pousse. Attends, où est mon écarteur hydraulique? Laissez-moi faire. Chut, doucement, les gars. Wow. Oh, génial.
Profitez de ce moment pour vous entraîner. Le défi sera de courte durée.
Let's go. Vous êtes là les gars? Allô, allô?
Ennemi dans la zone d'opération. À toutes les unités, ici Shadow 01. Le déploiement a été autorisé. Direction Warzone.
Hum, 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 hum.
Battle Royale.
Fuck you.
Le gaz se rapproche rapidement. Dépêchez-vous de rejoindre la zone de sécurité.
Ils font quoi, s'il vous plaît? Ah, vas-y, je captais, je joue avec des fous.
Éliminez toutes les cibles dans la zone.
Vous me expliquez qu'est-ce que vous faites? Ah, c'est terrible.
Vite, exportez les informations contenues dans ce disque dur à la station marquée sur votre carte tactique.
Je joue avec des fous. Pas possible. J'aime pas celui-là d'emplacement.
Il contient des informations sur la zone de gaz. Connectez-le à la station de liaison signalée pour que nous puissions le déchiffrer. Transfert réussi. Ouvrez votre carte tactique pour connaître la prochaine zone de gaz. Grenade dans la zone de sécurité. Se déplace.
Nice night for a walk.
Station de ravitaillement, là. Drone ennemi déployé. Sécurisez les caisses de ravitaillement. Emplacement marqué sur votre carte tactique. Un drone ennemi se trouve au-dessus. Drone de brouillage ennemi en approche. Votre coéquipier est entré au goulag. En cas de victoire, on procédera à son redéploiement. Votre coéquipier est redéployé dans la zone.
Les mecs, ils se font tuer. Ah, je comprends plus, moi. Non!
Un largage tactique est en route.
Ok, mais bon. Les couilles.
Le gaz progresse. Nouvelle zone de sécurité.
D'accord, on n'a plus de batterie. Le drone rentre se ravitailler.
Bien, votre squad est en sécurité. Vous perdez du terrain, bougez-vous. Largage tactique allié imminent. Drone hostile dans la zone. Échec du contrat, objectif perdu. Tâche de ravitaillement perdu.
Ah, j'ai capté, vas-y. De retour, frérot, mais pff, ça m'a gavé, les gens ils parlent pas, frère. Qu'est-ce que je veux faire? En plus, je vois direct dès qu'une team ils jouent ensemble. Il me donnait trop envie de jouer, frère, je l'ai regardé jouer. Comment il sait que je suis là? C'est une dinguerie, c'est.
Le combat est terminé. On est à la base.
Bon, bah voilà. Bouh. Une game, frérot. Bah. Y aller, quoi. C'est le jeu, les frères. Une dinguerie.
خب بیا بریم بزنیم خب یا مردانه تک به تک بزنیم کجا بریم خب من موسی ندارم من موسی ندارم تو ربطی داره مگه هرکی موسی بخره بازش خوبه
C'est que je sais même pas s'il bug aussi. Ah. Vas-y, c'est ma gavé. Quitter, perdre des points encore. Voilà.